like another thing though too, I don't want people to understand. You said you went on your honeymoon when you were 30.
I turned 30.
Turned 30. So that was the thing though too. Is like, cause for one, like I'm married now and I'm only 22. Another one of my sisters married and she's younger than me. And you know, a lot of people they rush into things, you know, but you were more like, hold on, with this role state thing at first, she was like, I'm 18, I'm not really doing it. I'm gonna wait till I'm 23 and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna wait until I'm a little bit older in life and I'm gonna get married at a different age. So, like, what was these things on teaching you, like, just be patient and have faith that, you know what I'm saying, these things are gonna come around to me? Like, what allowed you to do that?
Well, first of all, if I was in your shoes, it would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
For me to have been married at early 20s. Y'all caught the part I said mature. Yeah. Maturity level was not there. There. Man, I'm not kidding you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I turned, when me and my wife is older too. It's been we've been married 12 years now.
Congratulations.
And I've had to learn a lot even then about myself. I mean, you got to keep in mind, it was just me. You know, I took care of me. You know, I did all my finances. You know, I wasn't going to give any of that up. I'm doing it. This is me. It's hands-on for me. You know, so I had to grow. I had to grow. It was all about grow and growth for me as far as how to be a good husband. I mean, because it wasn't easy. You know, so I lived with my mom and dad till I got married. There was no reason for me to get out. Mom and dad weren't forcing. I would ask them every now and then, y'all sure y'all don't want me to pay any rent? No, no, I had a good relationship with my parents. We're tight, you know. And they just wanted me to obey the rules of the house. It was no problem. You know, I was a good guy. I'm not a lawbreaker. You know, I'm a hard worker. I get up every day, go to work, come home, keep the house, keep my part of the house clean. You know, that wasn't a big deal. You know, but in my mind, I was worried, and this is going to sound silly to you, I was worried that maybe I couldn't afford to have a house of my own. Maybe I couldn't. I was afraid of that commitment. Yeah. But yet eventually I knew I was going to need it. I was going to have to. Now that's a leap of faith right there. Just to be able to get somebody out of the nest and see what they could do with it. You know, so what I did was it was about probably a couple months before we got married. I didn't have a place to go. I was scrambling. Like, what do I do?
Were you afraid of success? Like,
I probably was.
Because, like, you said the same thing with, like, college at first. Like, I wasn't, like, for sure on graduating and then, like, the getting married and then moving out and everything. Like, was that a problem? Were you afraid of success?
I guess I would. I mean, if you narrow it down to that, you know. Yeah. It's got to be that. Yeah. You know, or it could be self-confidence. It could have been self-confidence. Like,
yeah. You didn't believe you could do
it.
And
here's another example. When my mom started talking about one of these days, this business is yours. A fear would grip me, where some days I couldn't even get out of bed because I'm thinking, wow. I'm thinking of what lies ahead of me, for what I'm going to face today. Who I'm going to you know, there's certain people that call. It's like you see someone's name and number come up on the caller ID, and it just like drains your energy just from seeing it. It's just like, I don't know if I could run a business, you know? But now I'm finding out, because now I'm in a situation I'm starting to have to take more off of her. She's gotten overloaded. Now I'm taking it on, and I'm handling it just fine. You know, I'm picking up new bigger client, payroll clients on my own. I'm leaving and meeting them at their place of business, and then I'm winning them over for me to do their work. Yeah. You know, and I'm speaking with and I'm finding myself speaking with confidence, like I know what's up. Yeah. You know, like I got the answer. Yeah. And so, but it's taken me a while. I wish it wasn't this way, but everybody's different. And I've had to morph into that. I've had to grow into that. It's a growth, man. Life is one big growth. Mm-hmm. And if you ever reach a place where you stop, you're in trouble. Oh, yeah. You know, you got to keep learning, mm-hmm. you know, and experience is your best teacher, mm-hmm. you know. So I've learned a lot of hard lessons by failure and by doing the wrong thing. When I say the wrong thing, just making mistakes. You're gonna. Mm-hmm. Same way with the market stuff. I've learned the most by the hits that I've taken and the scars from money I've lost in the markets. I've learned, don't do that. Don't what you're about to do. And sometimes I'll catch myself. I'm about to do this trade. Then something tells me, don't do that. You're about to get yourself slapped. Mm-hmm. You know, so like, yeah, you're right. That's probably not the best idea to take that one. You know, the risk is too high there. Same way in life, you know, mm-hmm. That's, you know. Well, I got my first electric bill, and it was like $60. And I'm thinking, man, that ain't bad at all. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be able to do this. We're going to make it. Yeah. Well, that's an empty house with no electricity going on. You know what I mean? I didn't think about that. Yeah. So here me and my wife's married. You know, here comes that next electric bill. We've already been there maybe almost a month. Mm-hmm. And it's summertime. Ooh. It's hot. Our house,
AC blowing. Nice and cool.
That furnace never shutting off.
Yeah. Get the bill, open some windows.
That's right. Open that bad boy. And I stop on my way home from work at the mailbox. Wife's at home. I open it up, you know, I'm all here. I'm coming home. I'm cheerful. I'm off work. It says 160. And I was like, I tense up.
Yeah. Shut it all off.
Now I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted at life. I'm like, they're out to get me. Mm-hmm. So I walk in, I have this in my hand, and I walk in the house, and my wife jumps out from behind the door and goes, boo! Mm-hmm. And it startles me. And I looked at her and I said, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Mm-hmm. And I hurt her feelings. Mm. And then I got to thinking about what I did. Next thing I know, I'm like, what's wrong? What happened? Well, you know good and well what happened. You just jumped on your wife for no apparent reason. Because you're upset because you got to pay a little extra money. That's when reality started setting in. You know, it's time to put your big boy pants on here because things are changing right before your eyes. You're a married man now. You got more responsibility. Oh, yeah. You're not going to be getting those $60 electric bills. They're going to be $160. Mm-hmm. You know, so you better suck it up and, you know, learn to get along with your wife. Yeah. That's one lesson. There's been other lessons along the way, but I've grown as a man. You compromise. You know when they say to a young married man, there's give and take. Mm-hmm. They mean it. Oh, yeah, and it's very real. It's true. Once I finally, I'm 12 years, I'm getting better. Mm-hmm. I've come a long way. My wife will tell you, I've come a long way. I'm getting better. I'm more relaxed. There was things early on in my marriage where I was it was just, I'd be tense about it. And it would be, and I'm about to pop off. You know, you ever feel yourself tired and you're irritable? You worked hard and something doesn't look right to you and you're about to pop off? Listen to the voice in your head. Listen to me tell you, sleep on it before you pop off. Because the next day, you're not going to feel the same way. Oh, yeah. And I've thought to myself several times, you know, I'm glad I didn't say that. You know, because that would have been... You can't get those words back. And you're going to say something you don't mean. Mm-hmm. So don't do it. And you'll feel different. The next day you wake up, and I do this all the time. Man, I feel that's not bothering me now. Mm-hmm. That was because, why was that? Because I was tired. You know, I was irritable because I was tired. Makes sense. It's best to keep your mouth shut. Yeah. Not just at home, but it could be anywhere. On the job or whatever. Yeah. You know, the best thing to do is just keep your tongue under control. Sleep on it. You know, now if it's a consistent problem and you need to address it, that's one thing. But if it's because you're already tired, that's another thing too. So